Welcome back. We're in the kitchen again today, but not cooking. Today I want to work on just making a few improvements in here that are going to help make the space look and feel better. So if you don't know, I bought my house a couple years ago. It is almost 100 years old. I think next year is its centennial birthday. It's rough. It was a rental property before I bought it. So it's got landlord special everywhere. The basement, we're not gonna even talk about. There have been several things that obviously the previous owner repaired or replaced themselves. And did they do it? Sure. Did they do it correctly? No. They did not. However, the kitchen is not necessarily in horrible condition. It's just never been updated. The refrigerator and the stove I've replaced. The ones that I got when I moved in were very old, very outdated, and very broken. So I've got nice new appliances at least. I don't really have space for a full dishwasher, so I just have a small countertop dishwasher, but you know what? That's actually working great. And then as you can see, not a lot of cabinetry. The only cabinetry I have is the original glass window door cabinetry, and it's super cool. It's obviously got landlord special all over it. It's kind of grubby. So I am hoping at some point to strip these. But in the meantime, it's very cluttered. Like, I hate when you look at it and there's so much going on. It just makes the kitchen feel very, very messy. So an idea that I had, and I did this in the bathroom, I bought vinyl cling, and I bought a different style for the kitchen than the bathroom, but I'm gonna put that on the glass doors. And I got kind of the fluted glass version. So you'll still be able to see, obviously, that there's stuff in there. You'll still see some colors, but this should tone down the visual clutter significantly. I'm hoping that's the goal. So we'll see. But yeah, so I'm gonna be putting this up. I also bought some art. I bought digital prints from Etsy and then had those printed. I'll be putting those up. And then I bought a shelf for the window that is over the sink, just because I feel like I wanna get the plants off of the windowsill. The windowsill is not very wide. And also my cat really, really wants to get in the window. So if I can get those up and out of the way, I don't have to deal with dirt in my sink anymore, hopefully. Plus it would be kind of nice to maybe swap out the curtain and just put plants to block the sunshine. So those are the plans for today. I've got my afternoon coffee. I've already vacuumed the floor because I will need to cut the vinyl out on the floor. And what I'm going to start with is washing the window doors and scraping the paint off the edges because, of course, landlord special. Okay, I think that took about an hour to do, but they're all clean and scraped and everything. We're ready to start cutting vinyl. So I am going to just measure to double check the size, and then I'm just gonna lay out on the floor and start cutting. So, we need 13 by 3/8 an inch wide by 46 by 3/4 of an inch long. I think, if I recall correctly, I got a size wide enough that I can put 2 in one here. this should be, I should have to cut extra off actually. So we'll go just maybe a little bit wide, and then I'll use the X-Acto knife to kind of clean it up once I've started to stick it into the window. And then I'm just using dry erase marker to mark it. Fortunately, it's fluted, so I have guidelines built in. So if I follow that line, that gives me a little over 13.5 inches. So I'll have plenty to trim it down. Professional. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut these, double check them, make sure that they fit, that they're the right size, and then if they look good, I will use them to cut the third one as well. Alright, that looks like that's probably the appropriate length, and the width is a little bit wider than I need, so I can cut a vinyl cling, but I can't get a camera straight. Good Lord. Okay, so that was very difficult to do by myself. You can see I have one done. I am gonna have to wait because this has taken longer than I anticipated, and also I just need some help on that. That, like I said, was really hard to do by myself. So I'm going to make my mom come over tomorrow and help me with that because she loves me, and you know, it's not like she's got you know, her own life to live, but she's gonna help me. I will bribe her with, I don't know, something. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Look at how good that looks. Now, there are some air bubbles in that. I'm not a professional. I think there's going to be air bubbles even in the ones my mom's helped me with. The ones my mom helped me with. Words. But you can't really see it. And honestly, this does exactly what I wanted. It just kind of soft focuses all of this chaos. It's great. Ugh. Classes the join up. It's exciting. So I also want to do art. I have the prints and I'll have to change out the frames, and then I want to put that frame up. I'm just going to go ahead and do this stuff tomorrow because it is dinner time and I'm tired, but I'm so excited. Ah! All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, it is day 2 of working on the kitchen makeover, I guess, mini makeover. I have successfully convinced my mom to come help me with this, so we'll be working on that. I'm gonna real quick make myself a afternoon coffee, a little iced coffee. What I made yesterday was super delish. I'll see if my mom wants one too. And then we're gonna get started on the cabinets again. Aurora is helping me film today. So professional. She takes her work very seriously. Boop. Oh, static boop. Sorry. Boop. Here we go. Here we go. Ah, vicious. You know, to be a successful director, you have to be a little bit vicious and bossy. right, so here is the victim. Oh, there's cat hair. I just vacuumed in here. Good heavens. We're going to use the second one that I cut to cut the third one. And it needs to be a little bit longer than these were, so that it's not noticeable, but this was a little bit too short, and so is this one. So I've got a little bit longer, and then we will start attaching it. These are still clean and prepped and ready to go, so it should be a lot easier. Thanks. Should be a lot easier to get this going. So let's sprawl out on the floor.
All right, let's vacuum the hair up so we're not trying to squeegee hair.
Let's do this.
So we're cutting on that line?
Yeah, so if you just mark it, then you know where to start. Careful not to give yourself a plastic cut. Try to go as far as I can using my core. So
now that I'm up here, I'm seeing a pie plate. Do you have pie crust in the freezer?
Yeah.
We could make a pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Righty.
I like when this works out so well. Is this the... Yeah, it's your left side.
Not too far.
Okay, so my mom is finishing up just kind of trimming the edges of that, and I'm going to start to move on to the next project so I don't lose light, which is putting the shelf up. So let's jump into that. Shelf clips that I got. Put those more towards the inside of the wood frame. So I'm going to just measure from the bottom and try to make them even. I may need to use a level just to make sure.
But we can just put them like an inch in. Okay, yeah, good to go. All right.
Okay, so just body checked. To drill the screws into the brackets here, I don't have a long enough bit. The longest one I have is that, and it's just I can't get it. I need a longer bit anyway. This has been a thing that has come up before, and I don't really particularly want to hand screw those in. So I'm going to put a pause on that, probably go run to the hardware store in just a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and put art into the frames and at least finish that part of it. I think there's enough Windex.
Huh?
I think there's enough Windex. Here, you can have that now.
I finished cleaning that one. Don't cream both sides.
There you go. So here are the art posters that I got and I had printed. So trying to get that kind of orange and yellow pops of color in here because the goal is to put like dark teal on the cabinets. I think that'll contrast really nicely. It feels nice in here. Doing those three things, I think, really helped elevate the space. It also feels brighter in here because I not only took down that partial curtain, but the shelf I'm noticing is bouncing light. So there's actually a couple of little like rainbows in here, and then there's light on the ceiling, which the light on the ceiling, of course, is highlighting that I really need to repaint the ceiling. But other than that, it just feels really good in here this morning. And I was talking with my mom about what I want to do next in here, and I think it would be really cool to do like a gallery wall over by the Vino painting, just to add more pops of color in here. I think that would look great. I will probably at some point replace that Vino artwork, just because I don't think that the artist like produced it great. It's kind of blurry, but then the text is super crisp, so I think they just didn't scan it properly or something. I think it would look better smaller, but blown up as big as it is, it's really obvious that it's blurry. So I'll keep that for now. It's good colors, it's art on the wall, but I will probably change that out at some point when I find a piece that I like a little bit more, and check on that. I do really like the tomatoes. I think those are gonna stay. Those bring me joy. But yeah, overall, I would call this a big success. It took a little more work than I expected. I am finding with the vinyl cling that there's one part, it looks like maybe it got a little bit creased or something, so it keeps kind of pulling away from the glass. It's not overly noticeable. It's a little annoying because it's something that I'll just kind of have to periodically keep pressing down to reattach it. But, you know, it was not very expensive and it wasn't professionally applied, so I'm not surprised that there's some funky stuff. Otherwise, though, it looks so good. It looks so good. So the focus of these was really to find ways to improve the space significantly without spending too much money. It was a little more expensive than I expected, but I would say overall, the total cost for the vinyl, the artwork, and the shelf was about $160. I have a lot of the vinyl left that I'll be using in other spaces, so I would say the actual cost for what you saw in this video was probably closer to more $130. So a little more than I was hoping to spend, but honestly, for really changing the space and elevating it, not too bad. A huge cost was the glass shelf. Getting a glass shelf that size of tempered glass with the brackets just usually runs a little more expensive anyway, but that's fine because that kind of needed to happen just to open the space up, and also now I can grow herbs in pots on that shelf as well. If you are looking to elevate a space with a little bit of art, I highly recommend looking for digital downloads on Etsy. It's always a little bit tricky, obviously, like the Vino one with the quality, so it's a bit of a gamble that way, but these two pieces of art to purchase the digital downloads and then have printed cost probably about $45, I would say. And honestly, yes, you could probably find cheaper art somewhere like at IKEA or something like that, but I didn't want that super generic, bland, kind of basic looking art. Sometimes you get lucky and find something good. I wanted to actually purposefully curate my space. So for $45, that's not too bad actually to have art by artists and supporting artists in the space. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am super excited about the outcome. I am going to be very much enjoying this and thinking now about what my next project is going to be, of course. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my content and my beautiful face on your screen, subscribe, because otherwise you're going to miss out. You're totally going to miss out. And if you want to support me directly, I always accept a nice cup of coffee. The link is in the description where you can give me one of those or a glass of wine, whichever you prefer. I hope you all have a great week, and I will catch you all next time. Cheers.